Knowledge is power. When I started my journey of AIFD, everything changed during my professional life. Hi, I am Alejandro Figueira Fernandes AIFD CFD. Thank you for joining me at this virtual program. This year we're doing different. Every now about the COVID time, but we never may stop to share the knowledge with you. I born in Caracas, Venezuela, 1974. I can't believe it that I'm here in front of camera because my dad attended this international expo long time ago. I raised up in a nursery plant family. Made me happy that now I can represent my country and my institution with you. I am a member of American Institute of Floral Designers. We provide the high-end quality and knowledge of the floral elements and principles. We have a Bible. We find that all the time to create more interest in the floral composition. AIFD have every year a national symposium. Do you have idea what is that? People are coming from everywhere, for Asian, Europe, Latin America, and national regions. It's amazing. We spend and spend moments together and a floral family. Every year we have a beautiful presentation on stage. Famous designers are coming to express the ideas and creativities. It's fabulous. Every July we have a national symposium. Every year is in different states. It's beautiful. You can get more knowledge for express your ideas. And we are very excited to support this program, Tropical Plant Export International. This is one of favorite part for this virtual program. I love to work with orchids. Orchids are my passion and inspiration. I want to show you different techniques that you can get more profit in your business. But first step, I want to extend my thanks to Silver Vase for sponsoring me this part of the program. In this particular arrangement, I create an accent. If you see the details, I create a bow with bouillon wire that I use to create more interest in the composition. How can you see that you don't spend a lot of money to this particular arrangement? Is just one orchid plant with a silver container. You add a moss to cover your mechanics. I want to show you how can you do that this one in your home or your business. It's simple. It's coming every plant with a stick to support the stems. I use to cover my mechanic to start rolling and bind it with my floral tape. The floral tape, you can find it in any floral wholesaler, at your local or internet. You can find that. Start rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. When you have you cover your stick, you added more interest in the essence. I use a bouillon wire from Smith Oasis to create more texture. In this case, I use different ways to make the essence. When you finish that, you can add it to this composition. It's that simple. You see it, is beautiful. At the simple, then you attach the stick and you step and you secure your orchid. To create the bow is very simple. Just take your bouillon wire, open your hands and roll it, and roll it, roll it. And this one is a beautiful and unique in your floral composition. When you have several times, you can cut it, take you one apart and bind it, tie it, and then you open and you create a modeling you both. You can attach on you both a good pin and put it on you, inserting in your design. In this particular piece, I create more transparency. I use the crystal clear cylinder. I use a decorative mauve to cover my pot. I inserted my plant inside and you see the result. To change the appearance, how it's coming, the Phalaenopsis orchids, I use acrylic roofs that I can find it in any acrylic wholesaler. You don't need a special tools to cut this particular piece. Just simple. A cutting PVC, you cut it exactly how you want to do that in the height and you add it to your plant. Let me show you. It's simple. You open the tool, you select where you want to cut it and just put it down and then you cut. And normally I take with my fingers and cut it. Sorry. Then when you have your piece done, you insert in your plants. Let me show you. Normally I use, before replacing the good stick that is coming with the plants, I insert in what is going to be the new one. I remove the bands that is coming, plastic bands, to protecting the flowers. As well, I use this. Take care because normally you can break it. I use in this time a natural raffia to bind it and secure as well the stem with acrylic ropes. You can see the difference is, look, another product that you can send and a customer. I have this another piece. Look how it's beautiful, the purple blooms this coming in this Phalaenopsis orchid. I take a silver mirrored base. I cover my mechanic inside with pebbles, black pebbles. It's beautiful. And attach it to this design, the acrylic rules. To create more interest in this composition, I'm going to use a U-glue dashes, put it in the middle, and just attach it to my silver aluminum. This is one tip that I want to share with you. It's coming from Oasis, a flat 1/4 inch, and create more interest in this composition. It's more abstract and continue to do more design. Just gluing to hold it in the floral composition, just to secure the material. And you see, you can create a different forms. Creativity is allowed for everyone. But I want to share with you the process. How can I bind in my stem from orchids that I want to secure exactly that you don't create damage in your plant. This specific material, you can find it in any floral wholesaler. Normally, I take like 4 inches for my material, for my flat aluminum wire, to prevent damage when you are doing the binding. I round it, the beginning, and the end, for no create more tension on the stem. As well, you attach the aluminum wire to the root and just start bind it softly, because remember that if you do it very hard, you can break it, the stem. This is beautiful. I create this piece. Remember the color of the year. This year is unique from Pantone. 2 colors. It's amazing. This year is gray and yellow. It's fabulous. For this piece that I create, I following the elements and principles of the floral design. If you see here, I create a focal point with my air plants. The air plants are interesting and grouping as well. You see my directions for my phalaenopsis is taking a line. It's important. To cover my mechanics for my pot, I use a mouse. This is very simple to create with a floral aluminum everyday wire, I use stacking my air plant, and then I inserting in my plant and create more interest in the floral composition. But I'm going to show you how can I use this one. Just simple, it's coming with the every orchid plants. Remember how I say the last time, with a good stem. I take my U-glue dash from Oasis. I secure in the beginning, and then I start binded my good stem like this. It's very simple, and you can create more texture in your design, and it's simple to do that. You can do that and create more interest, because remember, when you design a different piece, your customer is going to be very happy, and your designs is going to be fabulous and gorgeous. After you finish, you can cut it. For secure your material, you added another U-glue dash and put it here, and it's simple, you inserting in your pot. In this particular case, I don't secure my stem. Just I bind it as well. Let me show you. This is coming like here, you see? If you remove, in this case, I turn around naturally, simple, and it's beautiful. My intention is to create a one line is coming to one side. I have a positive and negative space in this composition. It's beautiful, right? In this particular piece that I create, I want to do something like more abstract. That is a design style for every floral designer. But work with plants sometimes we get it crazy because we can manipulate exactly how can I put it. I take this beautiful container that I have inside my warehouse. I bought this one on Floral More. Normally I bought bases there because have a nice products. I want to create something different because I love the main first. It's beautiful texture, very softly the leaf. I added again the black stones or pebbles. It's beautiful the contrast between the tone, hues and tones, white and black is beautiful. In this particular piece, I create a movement with my structure. I create a binded with a wire. I use jar, red jar. I create with my drill. It's a one technique that is easy to do, and you create a beautiful, beautiful abstract arrangement. I use for watering my sprayer, water sprayer. I added water. I create that humidity is inside all the time. You can deliver this amazing piece for everywhere. I want to say thank you to Central Florida Farms for sponsoring me this program. I love this particular piece. It's very organic, look like feel nature. Nature is very trending at this moment, but my intention in this composition is texture. Texture is one of the elements of the floral design. Following that, I use a simple texture, but not too much. My texture in this case is my different foliages that I have in this piece. Birch that is coming from the nature, and the same way the moss. Obviously, the moss is dying, but it's good, it's beautiful. This container that I create by myself, using my creativity. I went to my hardwoods store, I cut it pieces of wood, and then I cover my size with a simple piece that you can find it in any local florist supplies. Birch. One tip to use this one, cut it with a knife. And simple, you cut it and add it and you design. It's beautiful. But I see that this design needs a little more. I use a rustic wire that is coming from Smith Oasis. I create a different circles. I use a reference, a cylinder. You can model in that, and then you bind it all together. Use a good pin and just inserting in your composition and create a more interest in the design. People love accent. This is a principal for the floral design. Accent, and as well, people love it because it's more interest inside. You see this composition, how it looks different? Use material that you have on your hands. Maybe you have this material stacking in your warehouse, and you can do that for a one customer, and your customer say, wow, it's amazing. Creativity is getting profit. All the time I say profit because profit at this time is very important. Take care about your business and exploiting your ideas. One more time I want to say thank you Central Florida Farms for sponsoring me this piece. Now I want to share with you this floral design. I use a Tillandsia xerographica like focal point. If you see, my intention is grouping. Grouping is important for elements and principles. I have a different materials, but my intention in this floral composition is only with air plants. Tillandsia. I have a different varieties for Tillandsias or air plants. I want to add it in my piece that I created. You see, I use a good for my base and cable ties to create movements and texture as well. I have a grouping in this area. I have another spanning moss that is a Tillandsia. I want to attach it with my bouillon wire to create a little more interest. In one part of my design, it's very crazy, but I love it because people love different pieces. I created like movement with my design. I take my everyday wire, green wire, to attach a different plants inside my structure. It's simple. You cut pieces, you bind it, you attach it, and you start adding on your structure. You secure your material as well. Russell have a beautiful varieties of air plants. I love it. I use all the time for my presentations. I want to say thank you one more time. I love it. Love it, love it. Simple, you cut it one piece, and this one, look how it's beautiful it is. Amazing. You bind it, you secure, and just attaching in the structure. This piece can be a fabulous piece for our entrance, for museum, for library, for any special event that you have, and you can add it more interest on art. For this small piece, I use my U-glue dashes from Oasis. And you added more texture. You see, more movement, more deep is important. Normally, I cut it and add it to the floral composition. See, look very nice, love it. You can repeat with spanning moss, a little more this way, and create more interest. A design technique for AIFD is abstract. It removes a part for floral, botanical, and create interest and change the appearance. I doing this one to do. What is that? You see it? It's gorgeous. It's fabulous. Normally when you are working on the camera, you can see what you're doing, but your criteria is help you. Look how it's beautiful, this one. You can charge more for this one. It's very nice. The grouping, the positive space and negative space. In this case, it's a rectangular vertical piece. It's beautiful, the movement and the line. I painted my cable ties with a color master tool. It's beautiful product that we have at the florist, and you can more interest in any product that you want to express. I love the pink. It's making contrast between the black and the color, and the gray is following. Pardon me. Okay, the gray is beautiful. It's gorgeous. You don't like that? It's beautiful. Work in your home. I'm practicing. And thank you, Russell, for supporting me one more time. I need to say thank you for Russell's for my airplanes. I need to say Central Florida Farms for a beautiful plants that I got it for my program. Thank you for Silver Base for my beautiful orchids. And thank you for Plants in Design for the you provide me to me. I hoping that you are enjoy this virtual program. Remember, this time is very hard, but we never stop to share with you.